Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some updates here for you regarding the Middle East, and we've got a big report that just came out late last night, but this actually happened around 2 a.m. inside of Iran. We've got reports that the top Hamas leader, Ismail Haniyeh, has been assassinated in Tehran, the capital of Iran, by Israel. And apparently, what Israel did was they carried out an airstrike inside of Tehran on the residence of Ismail Haniyeh. He was there visiting to attend the inauguration of the new president in Iran. And somehow, it looks like either the U.S. or Israel was able to obtain some intelligence to figure out where he was located at, and they took him out in a coordinated strike. Okay, so apparently Israeli warplanes were not inside of Iranian airspace when they carried out this attack. So this missile must have traveled for miles before it finally struck his residence. So we're going to see a major response from Iran at some point. And this is also a big blow to Iran and humiliating to them as well, because this missile flew all the way through their airspace, targeting inside their capital, hitting a residence that had one of their guests there, okay, a top Hamas leader, Ismail Haniyeh. So this is a huge blow to Iran, and we're going to see a major response from them. And this could definitely be the beginning of a major war that's about to break out in the Middle East. We've got some information as well regarding the gentleman on the left side of your screen. His name is Fawad Shakur, I think is how you pronounce it. He's the most senior military commander of Hezbollah, and he was taken out yesterday in Beirut. We talked about that strike yesterday, and we didn't have his name yet, but that is his name and a picture of him now. Fawad Shakur. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about him as well. And then we've also got a report that there's been a top IRGC commander apparently that has been eliminated as well sometime, I believe, in the last 24 hours. There was one taken out in Damascus, Syria, okay, top IRGC commander. So we'll talk about him as well. I've got several updates we're going to be going over today. We're mainly just going to be doing X posts in this update, not so much news articles. So let's go ahead and get into this, and let me show you some of the latest news. This is from OZT Defender. The Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, IRGC, has confirmed the assassination earlier tonight of Hamas chief political leader Ismail Haniyeh, who was killed alongside one of his bodyguards at his residence in Tehran while he was in town from Qatar for the inauguration of President Masoud Pezeshkian. I don't know if I'm saying that last name right. But he was taken out, and one of his bodyguards were killed as well in this strike. So very big blow to Iran again, and I'm very curious to see how they're going to respond. But I'm going to show you some information that's a little scary that shows that it looks like Iran's going to be taking action here directly against Israel. And we've seen them do this in the past. They did this back in April, where they launched a major strike against them with hundreds of drones, missiles, major attack on their country. And something that I want to note as well is that just yesterday we did a report with U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. I'm not sure if you guys saw that video, but if you did, you'll know what I'm talking about. He was speaking in the Philippines, and while he was there, he told reporters, once again, basically reaffirming ironclad support for Israel and stating that if Israel comes under attack by Hezbollah or any Iranian-backed proxies or even Iran themselves, they will defend Israel again. Okay, they will defend them if they come under attack again. And then if you look at the timing of that and then compare that to what we see now, this strike was carried out by Israel on Iranian territory. Okay, it doesn't matter if they struck a Hamas leader, and it's not necessarily one of their own. Not, it's not like it's an IRGC member or something like that inside of Iran, or maybe a top leader like Ali Khamenei or something. But this strike was still carried out on Iranian territory. A missile from Israel flew into Iranian territory and destroyed a residence there, also killing this top Hamas leader, okay, Ismail Haniyeh. So they're going to definitely respond. And again, I'm going to show you some information here in just a moment that's going to show that. So let's go over this as well, again, from OZT Defender. An Iranian source claims that the missile which struck the home of Hamas chief political leader Ismail Haniyeh last night in the capital of Tehran, resulting in his death, was launched by an Israeli aircraft that was outside of Iranian airspace. So what's being reported here from OZT Defender is this Israeli aircraft wasn't even inside Iranian airspace. So again, this thing had to have traveled, definitely tens or hundreds of miles into into Iran to strike the capital. Okay, that's where this took place, in the capital of Iran, in Tehran. Okay, so very big news here as well. And also, again, we've got one here from ViceGrad24. Says breaking: Ayatollah and supreme leader of the Islamic regime in Iran, Ali Khamenei, issues a threat against Israel. It's our duty to take revenge and severely punish the Zionist entity because the assassination was carried out on our land. Okay, so they're going to punish them. How are they going to punish them? Are they going to launch a major attack and strike like what they did back in April? We're going to have to see what they do, but I definitely feel like we are coming very close to a major attack from all of these proxy groups, including Iran themselves. Maybe other countries might get involved here, but we're talking the Houthis down in Yemen. We're talking Hamas still, whatever remains from a Hamas in the Gaza Strip. We're talking Hezbollah, all these other Iranian-backed groups in Iraq and Syria. Okay, we're talking hundreds of thousands of fighters, if not millions of fighters here that could potentially go up against Israel and also the United States, and then whoever else is going to come to back them. And there's so many countries that could get involved. Jordan could get involved. We could have Saudi Arabia getting involved, okay? Because there's so many countries in between these other countries that want to attack Israel that could get involved in this fight too. So this whole thing in the Middle East is definitely a powder keg waiting to explode. And it's just any moment now before we could see a major war breaking out here, regional war, at least in the Middle East. So let me show you a couple other things here. This is from Vivid. In just 24 hours, Israel has successfully eliminated the leader of Hamas, that was Ismail Haniyeh, the second in command of Hezbollah, Fuad Shukur, this gentleman here, that was taken out in Beirut yesterday. By the way, we got some more updates regarding that. And then also a high-ranking commander and one of the leaders of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. So that's this man here. We will talk some more about that in just a moment. Israel means business. There is nowhere to hide. Okay, so think about this. 3 top leaders within like a 24-hour period being reported eliminated. Okay, top leader of Hamas, top leader of Hezbollah, top leader of the IRGC, that's directly Iran's military. Okay, the entire structure of all these groups are starting to fall apart now that all these top commanders are being eliminated. Okay, so that's most likely going to create some sort of massive response, not only from Iran, but all these other groups as well. And typically what we see, look at Hezbollah, for example. We've reported this many times. When top leaders get taken out inside of southern Lebanon, we usually have some sort of response from Hezbollah. They'll at least, at the bare minimum, start firing tens or hundreds of rockets into northern Israel. So this is definitely going to create some sort of response, okay? So let me show you this here too from Imtiaz Mahmoud, leader of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard, IRGC. I'm going to try my best to pronounce this. Haj Habib Zadeh has been assassinated in Damascus, Syria. They're falling like dominoes. Amir Ali Haji Zadeh of the IRGC, a top-ranking military brigadier in the Iranian Aerospace Forces. Haji Zadeh was one of the main figures of Iran who led and executed the 2024 Iranian strikes against Israel, known in Iran as Operation True Promise. So this man here was connected to the attacks supposedly that happened by Iran whenever they attacked Israel back in April. So I see why they would have gone after him. So if you notice, Israel came out and said after this attack that happened on Majd al-Shams at the soccer field, just what was that, last Saturday, I believe, or something like that. It wasn't too long ago, no more than a week ago. And we had a bunch of those children that were unfortunately killed in that attack, right? They said that they were going to attack Hezbollah, but it would be a limited response. But if you notice, even though it is limited, it is striking very high-profile targets, okay? Instead of just all-out bombing Lebanon or destroying the country or taking out their ports or destroying critical infrastructure in Lebanon and crippling the society of Lebanon, what they're doing is they're going after the direct heads of these groups instead. And this is definitely going to create a response at some point. So I thought that was interesting to note. So check this out too, from Shadow of Ezra. Iran has raised the red flag of revenge over the dome of the Jamkaran Mosque following the Israeli assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. Iran's supreme leader has said it is our duty to take revenge. The United States government claims it was not aware of or involved in the killing. Chaos is expected in the Middle East. So There is a video here of this flag going up, but unfortunately I can't show it because it's got music. Anytime there's video with music, we typically have issues with that. I don't want to have any problems here on the channel with anything regarding music, but there is a picture here that I can show you guys, so we'll take a look at this. So as you can see, they raised this red flag here, and apparently this has to do with taking revenge against Israel, considering that they raised this flag. So this is going to happen again, okay? It looks like there's going to be some sort of major coordinated attack against Israel once again, and we may see what we saw in April all over again, maybe even bigger than that, maybe even a bigger attack. This could be all-out war, who knows? And it's definitely worrisome, so I hope you're all prepared for this. And I've been talking about this for a long time, that it was just a matter of time before some major catalyst came in, broke the camel's back, and then we've got all-out war happening in the Middle East, or whether it's Russia and Ukraine, or it really doesn't matter at this point, because so many of these wars are intertwined with each other. There's so many countries that back each other, and it could definitely just turn into a worldwide war, or at least regional wars just breaking out everywhere. And think about if this war breaks out in the Middle East. This could give other countries the opportunity. Let's say the U.S. gets tied up here with Hezbollah and Iran, right? Then this could give China the opportunity, well, hey, you know what? While they're down there busy with Iran and Hezbollah, let's go take over Taiwan, okay? And then North Korea, let's go take over, let's go go to war with South Korea. This could definitely spark other wars and encourage other countries to take advantage of their war goals now, while the U.S. is tied up with all their assets down in the Middle East. And it's just absolutely insane. Obviously, they need to try to contain things as best they can down there, because that's the oil economy of the world for the most part, as well as the Middle East. And if war breaks out there, we're going to have major issues with oil as well. So I'll show you a couple other things here. We're going to talk some more about this attack on Beirut yesterday. I've got some extra videos and pictures here to go over. So we've got a quick video to go over. I think it's like 10 seconds or something. So let's take a look at this real quick, and then we'll continue on.
في حدا على الأرض هناك ما حدا من نزل في حدا على الأرض هناك ما حدا من نزل في حدا على الأرض.
Okay, so what we see here in this video was this strike in Beirut. This is a new video that came out on X that I believe I didn't show you guys yesterday. And this is the aftermath of this strike, when this building got hit with the top Hezbollah commander, Fouad Shukr, who was inside the building. And it was interesting, too, because right when this strike took place, what we were hearing was that he supposedly survived, okay? We were hearing that his body was taken out and he survived it. He was on his way to a hospital or something like that. And then a few hours later after that, maybe 2-3 hours later, we heard that he was confirmed killed and his body was found under the rubble, okay? So thought that was very interesting. Whether the information was just trying to be confusing as to whether he was taken out or not, but maybe they couldn't hide it anymore. But he definitely was taken out according to the information that we're hearing. So we got a couple more pictures to take a look at. This is some of the damage from this, looks like some sort of apartment building or something that got hit and was completely destroyed. So he was apparently underneath the rubble at the bottom of this building when it was hit. So he was confirmed to be taken out. There's another picture there for you. And I think we might have one more. Yeah, one more photo there. So there you go. There's some of the damage and some more photos to show you the effects of this airstrike when Israel carried this out. So I got two more things to show you here. It says Fouad Shukr, the most senior military commander of the Iranian-backed Lebanese terrorist group Hezbollah. Fouad Shukr murdered 241 U.S. Marines in Lebanon in 1983 and was the commander responsible for the murder of 12 children in Majd al-Shams. So he wasn't wanted by Israel just for the attack on Majd al-Shams, but also 241 U.S. Marines that were killed in an attack in Lebanon in 1983. Okay, so apparently he's been wanted for a long time, and he was finally taken out. Okay, so one last thing here too, some more information regarding this. This is from Israel's Defense Forces directly on X. Eliminated Fouad Shukr, Saeed Musan, Hezbollah's most senior military commander and Hassan Nasrallah's right-hand man. Shukr has directed Hezbollah's attacks on the state of Israel since October 8th. He was the commander responsible for the murder of 12 children in Majd al-Shams in northern Israel on Saturday evening, as well as the killing of numerous Israelis and foreign nationals over the years. He was also responsible for the majority of Hezbollah's most advanced weaponry, including precise guided missiles, cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles, long-range rockets, and UAVs. Okay, so that's why they took him out. He was definitely in control of a lot of things, commanded lots of attacks, responsible for a lot of deaths, apparently, according to the IDF. So that's why they went ahead and took him out. So that's some of the latest information that I wanted to bring you. I'm sure we're going to have more information coming out in the next 24, 48 hours. I think we're going to be covering here on this channel, we'll be covering the Middle East a lot over the next few weeks. And I really hope this thing does not break out into a major world war or at least regional war. Either way, it really doesn't matter. It's going to be devastating for a lot of countries over there that are already in turmoil right now with what's going on. And hopefully this does not happen. But it looks like, to me, like we're past the point of no return. And Iran is going to retaliate now, and I think they are done. I think they're going to start taking matters into their own hands now, kind of like what we're seeing Israel doing. Okay, they've been, for the most part, exercising restraint. And then after they were attacked by the Houthis, that's when I feel like, the belt came off, okay? Everything came off, and they were just like, we're going to start going after all these groups now, and we're going to start hitting them all hard, hitting them where it hurts the most, and start doing real damage because they were tired of being attacked so much, which they've been allowing for a long time, even from Hezbollah, okay? I've been reporting many times here on this channel that hundreds of rockets, sometimes thousands of rockets in a week are fired into northern Israel, and where many people were displaced, having to leave these areas. Forest fires were breaking out from these rocket attacks. So Israel is just more than sick of this, is what it appears like to me. But at the same time, definitely seems like they're trying to push for a war in the Middle East as well. Israel is, that is. And maybe they want this war. Maybe they want this war to finally break out. And something that I've been thinking about a lot lately is this could all tie back to the United States potentially as well, because for about a decade or more now, they've been talking about Iran obtaining nuclear weapons, and many top government officials, even senators, things like that, have come out and said that they do not want Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon, and they won't allow them to obtain one. And supposedly they're right around the corner from getting that. Okay, we heard from Antony Blinken just like a week or two ago that they were like a week away from getting nuclear weapons. And again, I know we've heard that so many times, but if the U.S. Secretary of State is coming out and stating that, that's how you know something big is coming. And then look at the timing of all this. Look how this war is being pushed in that direction to have the U.S. go to war with Iran. And maybe this could all be over nuclear weapons. Who knows? But let me know what you think down below regarding all these stories. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope y'all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. We'll see you in the next one.